What is up, and welcome back to another episode of Blood and Beer, the show where we talk blood sport and we drink beer. I'm your host, Matt. As always, we've got some MMA to talk. We've got some beer to drink. Today, we're sipping on the new Corona Sun Brew Citrus Cerveza. It's new. It's sunny out. I was outside all day. I'm outside all day, every day. And, it's not sunny anymore, but keep the sunshine going. Wow, that's good. Kind of. I don't know. I don't know what that is. We'll drink it. We'll let it ride. But we're talking UFC 315. Card that looked like it was going to be terrible. Looked like it was going to be one of the worst cards on paper as far as the outcomes. How just it looked to watch. I thought this might have been a very sharp downward spike for the UFC. I'm sure it didn't sell any pay-per-views. But the card itself ended up being pretty amazing. Belal versus Jack Della Maddalena, maybe the fight of the year. Valentina versus Manon, a lot better than what people were expecting. You had Jose and Ayman Zahabi try to kill each other. That was great. Alexa Grasso, Natalia Silva, a lot of consequences there. BSD. We're going to get into the whole card, recap it, talk about everything, what's next. A lot of it's already set in stone. We got 2 super fights coming up, and they're pretty much guaranteed, and I can't wait for that. But first things first, we're going to talk about our bets. And I dropped all thou this week. But if you listen to the live, if you listen to the playback, I did drop all thou. I was hoping to drop all thou. I wasn't betting against myself. What I was betting on was a boring-ass card. I was betting on, Belal guarantee in it. I was betting on a Canada winning it, and I was just betting on a lot of overs, a lot of whatevers, and it happens. Sometimes you lose them all, but we didn't get that this time. Belal Muhammad is finally in a fun fight. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk we'd ever say in the year of our Lord 2025, as Belal is almost 37 years old, that Belal Muhammad was in a fun fight. And the one fun fight he's in, he loses. He drops his belt to Jack Della Maddalena. But the fight was fun as hell. And for the first 3 rounds, Belal really did keep true to his word and not shoot any takedowns. He was trying to show off the Canelo hands, but Jack was really piecing him up. Belal could have gotten the 3rd round, but rounds 1 and 2, both guys were landing big shots, but Jack's just more accurate. He's slipping a lot more. His shots, while Belal's landing big overhands, Jack's shots are just right down the middle. They're popping Belal's chin back. They're just popping his head all over the place. And Belal's got a big head, so it's bad for the aesthetics. But Jack's also outlanding him on the numbers as well. And then Belal starts shooting takedowns, but he cannot get Jack down. Jack's takedown defense, not just the takedown defense, but his anticipation that there was going to be a takedown coming and timing it up perfectly. There were several times where we saw Belal shoot, and Jack just dips down and meets him shoulder to shoulder. Keeps him from being able to shoot, keeps him from being able to dip. Jack Della Maddalena shocked the world, shocked me, and in the 5th round, he about puts Belal out of there. But, the takedown defense, the scrambling, we all knew this guy could box, and he went out there and he boxed the brakes off Belal Muhammad. Belal, like I said, fun fight. He's throwing back. He rocked Jack a few times. Neither guy got knocked down here, but Jack, he puts on more damage. He ends up getting the 48-47, 48-47, 49-46 decision to become the new welterweight champion. And while Belal did put on this fun fight, Jack Della Maddalena saved the welterweight division. It's been at a logjam lately. Give me just a moment. Sorry about that. Had a concerning sound. It was nothing. All right, back. Like we never left. Jack Della Maddalena, though, he does the damn thing. He's the new champion. Like I said, saves welterweight. We've had this log jam in the welterweight division. We have all these top contenders, and everybody's just kind of cementing themselves as a number one in their own right. Everybody's done enough to get a title shot. You look at the Ian Garys, who's on the lower end, but he's done enough. Joaquin Buckley, I know he's got a fight coming up, but he's done enough. And then the top end, you got Sean Brady, you got Shavkat. The division's just stacked with all these challengers, and JDM comes in, he clears out the old guy. All these young guys can fight each other. With JDM going in, and JDM's not going to fight any of those guys I mentioned, by the way. JDM is going to be taking on Islam Makhachev, and people are going to be saying, well, he's got no shot. Islam's going to fucking mollywop him like he does everyone else. Well, guess what? Maybe he fucking won't. You never know. Maybe he won't, though. Maybe he won't do it. Maybe he won't do the damn thing, and Jack Della Maddalena is that dude. He said he's going to get the win back for Australia, get the win back for Volk, and beat Islam Makhachev. Makhachev, listen, the fight's made. This fight is made. It's got to be happening in Australia. I think they're going there in October is when they plan on going to Australia. They haven't announced if it's going to be a fight night or a pay-per-view yet, but it's definitely going to be a pay-per-view now that Jack Della Maddalena is going there. Jack versus Islam, 170 title, super fight. Great fight, though. Great fight. This fight was the fight of the year. My opinion, I don't have a say in it, but great fight. Fight of the year. We'll move on, though. We'll keep the ball rolling, and we'll get to Valentina Shevchenko and Manon Fiorot. And this fight was wild for a different reason. It wasn't like a wild fight where you're watching, you're like, holy shit. The wild thing were the odds in this fight. So, kicked off, Valentina, slight underdog to Manon, and they go out early, and Valentina's using her boxing counters very nice. She breaks Manon's nose, just spilling blood, and she's putting the boots to her early. So Valentina takes round one easy, and at the end of round one, odds makers have it minus 1450 for Valentina Shevchenko. Jumps from plus 120 to minus 1450. Numbers you never seen. You would have thought Manon was about out of there, and she wasn't. Round two, Manon comes back, puts the fight in her world. She starts getting it in the clinch, landing knees, landing elbows on the break, dirty boxing, uppercuts. She's doing the damn thing. She takes rounds 2 and 3, I think, and all of a sudden Manon's a minus 300 favorite. So the odds have just been woo, and it was like that for the rest of the fight. Manon took round 2, Valentina 3, I think Manon 4, Valentina 5. It was just back and forth all over the place, 48-47 across the board. We don't need to talk about how Valentina did it, how she's still doing it at this age, how she's been doing it to everybody, and everybody says, well, this next generation of fighters is going to be the generation that gives her trouble because while she's been able to run over lesser competition, it's always lesser competition when you look back at the previous generation. And Valentina's been through like 3 generations as the champ at this point. So, gets it done. What's next for Val? Should be Natty Ice if the world was, sunshine, unicorns, and candy, but it's not. It's not. And we got Zhang Wei Li moving up from 115. You got to do the Valentina versus Zhang fight. The 115 GOAT, the 125 GOAT. This is for the women's MMA GOAT. Not really, because you got Amanda Nunes up there. She's been there, done that. But, I mean, double champ to... If Zhang Wei Li could beat Valentina Shevchenko and become a double champ, she might become the GOAT of the women's MMA just in general. Valentina, if she can beat the upcoming 115 fighter or 115 champ that's moving to 125, it should really add something to her career, and I just feel like it's not going to, because every time Valentina wins, we end up saying, well, maybe this just wasn't the girl. Val, of course she beat her, and I kind of feel like that's what we're saying after this one. But there is some more praise for Val, because, people are like, even at this old age, she's still doing the damn thing. She's still able to go out there and strike with anybody that you're going to put up against her. She can out wrestle anybody. She's got the jits. She's got the shits, and she's got the belt. And her second title championship run, off to a good start. Already defended it. Did more than Bilal ever did with his championship. So, did more than Sean O'Malley? No, Sean O'Malley defended against Cheeto Vera. But we'll move on. We'll keep this moving. We got Jose Aldo. He took on Ayman Zahabi in this fight. Fun. Jose goes out early. First, gotta love Jose. Pushing the fight to 145. What a vet move. Last second call. Goes ahead, lets Ayman cut all that weight, and then tells him, hey, not going to make weight. Just not going to do it. Let's go 145. And they do it. No purse penalty, nothing. He just does it. Fuck it. And he looked a lot bigger than Zahabi out there. He's bullying him round 1, beating him up, putting the mitts to him. Round 2, though, Zahabi just keeps pressuring. He doesn't give up. He's always in Aldo's face in round 2. He takes round 2. So we're even going into round 3. And you're like, all right. And it could be 2-0 Aldo, but at the worst, even. And you're like, all right, Aldo's looking like he's cruising. Aldo goes out there and about stops Zahabi early in the third, drops him. As Zahabi's getting up, he's falling against the fence. His hands and feet are on the ground. He's trying to get up. Aldo just lands a beautiful soccer kick right to the dome. Rocks Zahabi, but Zahabi somehow keeps pressing forward, survives, grabs onto Aldo, and Aldo blew his load. Zahabi gets the takedown and starts landing ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound. Almost gets the finish, runs out of time, goes to the judges' scorecards. We got 29-28 across the board for Ayman Zahabi. I had it for Jose watching it live, but you know, you want Jose to win every time, and he's not getting good decisions. Feel bad for the guy because he probably should have won that fight, even though he got almost finished there at the end. Almost finished Ayman. Really hurt him in round one. Retiring after this, he had a lot of injuries coming into this fight, so no issue with that. But just it sucks to see a legend go out like that. But I had Zahabi on my bets, just didn't work because I had him parlayed with other things. All right, and then we had Alexa Grasso. She
This might answer your question. According to Wikipedia,
Alexa, be quiet. My Alexa heard that. So, Natalia Silva took on Alexa Grasso. She picks up a unanimous decision victory. She's just on her bike, kicking, moving the whole fight. Stepping in, doing some boxing, but just keeping the fight at her range. Grasso, former champion, great win for Natalia Silva. Natalia's on a huge winning streak right now. I think she's undefeated in the UFC. Looks great each time out. In a perfect world, she'd be getting that title shot next. But guess what? This world, it's not perfect. As I said earlier, it ain't sunshine, it ain't unicorns, it ain't candy. And we got that girl, Zhang Wei Li. She's coming. She's getting that belt. Or she's getting that shot at the belt. So Natalia is either going to have to take on someone like Manon Fiorot, or she's going to have to be shelved for probably a year. Just sit and wait in training until they get that super fight taken care of. And can you imagine if Zhang wins and they give her a rematch? They give Valentina a rematch and that. Poor Natalia. She's going to have to fight someone like Manon. But, yeah, women's MMA. You gotta strike while the iron's hot, and Zhang Wei Li is she's on fire right now. And then in the main event, or the main card, curtain jerker, BSD, he beats Kyle Prepolek, round 2 arm triangle. Beats him up. I mean, he outstrikes him 77-14, so does the damn thing. Didn't look as good as I'd like to have seen, but he was a berserker. He beats Prepolek. Very dominant fight. Sorry, I got to sneeze out of here. All right, and then on to the prelims. Mike Malott, he puts Charles Radke out early, drops him with a punch, finishes him up with ground and pound, 26 seconds into round 2. That's the featured prelim, and Mike Malott picks up a $50,000 bonus. So he's looking good the past 2 fights since bouncing back off that Neil Magny loss. And then Jasmine Jasudavicius, she absolutely runs over Jessica Andrade. Round 1, rear naked choke. Not much to say. I said it going into this one. Andrade, when you hear her talk about money, you fade her. Sometimes she shows up for the money fight, sometimes she doesn't. And this time she was not with it. And, she's getting a lot older too. She's just not the same fighter she was. What's that? My war pig? Is that my war pig? Not anymore. Jan Kutalaba, you lose the title. You lost to Modestas Bukauskas. And I said, Jan Kutalaba, he was my war pig. Dude's just, how else would you describe the guy other than as a war pig? But his fight with Modestas Bukauskas, it was sloppy and it was not fun. It was a fight. It was whatever. Could have gone either way. Bukauskas gets a split with judges scoring it every which way. 130-27 for Jan, 130-27 for Bukauskas, 129-28 for Bukauskas. So, whatever. Whatever. I don't know what is wrong with me. I skipped all the way over Cody's bets. Cody killed it this week. He was up 1972. All of his bets, or not all of his bets hit. Or yeah, he only put 2 in, but killed it this week. 1972 profit. So he's up over 500% year to date on this shit. He's killing it. Sorry, had to get that in there. All right. Navajo Sterling. Unanimous decision over Ivan Urslan. Drops him once. Not a lot to say. Keeps the undefeated record. Undefeated fighters are now 13-24 in the year of our Lord. Or 14-24 in the year of our Lord, 2025. As Navajo Sterling picks up that unanimous decision. Marc-Andre Barriot sends Bruno Silva to the Shadow Realm. He dents his skull all the way up with an elbow, sends him out on a stretcher. I was worried about him right before I shot this. I saw that Bruno Silva did release a statement. He's doing all right. He's doing fine. But man, the elbow that Andre Barrios landed, he dented Bruno Silva's skull. It was nasty. Dude had to be taken out on a stretcher, head stabilized, the whole 9 yards. Daniel Santos, Jung Young Lee, they had a fun fight, fun little scrap, but Daniel Santos proved to be too much. He picks up the 30-27 unanimous decision. And then in the curtain jerker for the whole damn thing, Bekzat Almakhan absolutely starches Brad Katona. Uppercut finishes him up with ground and pound. Katona had never been finished at this point in his career. Bekzat, made his UFC debut against Usman Nurmagomedov. He rocked him in that fight, but then didn't do much after that. A lot of hype on this guy coming in now. So we'll just have to see what's next for him. But yeah, that's what we had for the card. That's all I got for you for the card. What I can't believe about the card is how fun that card was. I really cannot get over how fun that card was. Eating my crow. It's just way better than I expected. Probably had fight of the year on it unless something better comes out. But Bilal Muhammad versus Jack. Could you imagine Bilal Muhammad getting fight of the year? And he'd probably be so fucking pissed that he got fight of the year and he isn't champ anymore. But that's the way the fucking cookie crumbles. Been using that saying a lot lately. And that's all I got for you. Got a show coming up for you this week. We're breaking down the Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales fight card. Apex. We're going back to the mightiest Apex. It's a bad card. But my boy Juicy J Arosa, Julian Arosa's on the card taking on Melquizael Acosta. And other than that, it's a bad card. We got Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. That'll be a fun fight. We got, let's see how many undefeated fighters. We got 1, 2. We got 3. Got 3 undefeated fighters on this card. So good chance for undefeated fighters to make some headway and maybe, just maybe, start to cut into that deficit that they're in for their record this year. I don't know. That's all we got for you. Check out the show Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Matt with Blood and Beer. Check us out Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your shit. Because we do the shit. We do the damn thing. And I'm always doing the damn thing. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you for tuning in. Blood and Beer. Going live Wednesdays, 9:30 every Wednesday from now on. Let's go.